There is one part of the registry that really absolutely works. I'm not one of those people who are constantly down on the registry. I'm one of those people who observe the registry to see how it actually works, to see if it does the thing that it was created to do. One part of the registry works absolutely, but it has its limits because the officers don't focus on that part. And that part is the home visit. The home visit can be a very special situation when that officer is standing in the doorway, standing in the living room. He's verifying your address. He's verifying your name. He may have other verifications that he's making. He's looking at your ID. But the most important thing that he's doing that he may not ever pay attention to is he's seeing you naturally. He's seeing you in your home environment. He sees how you live. He sees your mindset. He sees your understanding of freedom. If he's verifying your job or asking about where you work, what you do, that is as close as we get to rehabilitation. Why? Because we're actually seen. Somebody from the law enforcement community is actually paying attention at that moment. They can actually see what you do and how you think. Unlike an interrogation at the police station, you're totally relaxed. You're in your home environment. You're comfortable. This is the perfect time for him to take a look and see who you are as a person. If there were a scoring system to rate you in your home environment, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, the things you want to accomplish, there is somebody in front of you right now who can see, who's paying attention for that short amount of time that he's there. He gets to make an evaluation of who you are as a person and how far you've come. Looking at your home environment, how clean it is, how peaceful it is, how well maintained it is, and how satisfied you are as a person. This is something that the general public will never see. They will never see you as you. That police officer gets to see you as you. He gets to see you as a person. He gets to talk to you. He can have a seat. You can offer him a drink. This is the moment of truth. And yet, most officers don't even pay attention to it. Why do they not pay attention? Why do they not see what this home visit can potentially be? How this could be something special in the growth of the person that he's visiting? How this could be validation that this person has been waiting for and looking for? Why does he not see it? Why does he not understand it? Why does he see these conversations as just mere small talk? The other day, someone came to my door, knocked on the door. I opened the door. It's early. He got an early start. And he was making a comment about how good the grass looked and how he was going to use grass seed to try to get some bare spots to grow. And I advised him to use sod. And he said he was on the hill and sod would always run down the hill and he couldn't get the sod from struggling and sliding down the hill. I asked him, did he pin it? Did you put pins in it? One pin on one side, the other side of the pin goes in the other side, and they hold in place until they take root. He said, I never knew that. He said, well, maybe I'll just get you to come over and do it. I said, can we do that? He said, I don't know. But it was a great conversation, and he learned something in the process. That is important. That is important to the men. How a man sees another man, to be validated, to know that I could offer him some advice that was helpful, not just helpful to him, but helpful to me as well. Because at that moment, he didn't see me as a person on the registry. He saw me as a professional, someone who is a professional in my field and understand the things I do and how my skill benefits the community, including him at this point. These home visits are a gold mine, a chance for iron to sharpen iron, a chance for men to see other men as men. And we go through this. They know they want to do so many visits that day. And they may say to themselves, I'm going to visit the people who are most stable because I can do them fast. I don't want to go to places where I think these guys may be a little unstable because that's going to take longer. And that's a sad way of thinking, because the home visit is truly the public safety part. Because when people are stable, they tend to commit less crime. That is your opportunity to tell someone how well he's living, how far he's come, the good that he's doing in his own life, as well as the community, and why it's in his best interest to stay the course. And if there is an issue of instability with someone, that is the officer's opportunity to realign him, perhaps with a conversation, and prevent a crime that could be coming up because of his instability. All of these opportunities are missed. Understanding that someone is unstable is an opportunity. If it's truly about safety, the greatest thing that we have as registered people is stability. And this is why the registry is out of focus, because it asks for stability while taking away all the things that make stability happen. These officers are on the front line. They can see what is actually going on in the lives of these men, getting to know them, talking to them, knowing what their temperament is, how to pull them back on track if they get off track. Consequently, when I did go down the next day to register, I saw him. Hey, Ahmad, come on in. Let me grab your paperwork. Because we talk all the time. We have that kind of relationship. And if there's a problem I'm having, I will talk to him. If he sees something or hears something changing, he's going to say, hey, Ahmad, do you know about this new thing that's coming? Do you know about what they're going to do on Halloween? Have you heard about this, or have you heard about that? The home visit is prime. It is the best opportunity. Imagine this scenario. You get released from prison. And when you get released from prison, they take you back to the jail. And once you get to the jail, they give you another court date. This court date is for the judge to evaluate. The same sentencing judge that sentenced you to prison now wants to see you when you come home. Imagine this scenario. You get called in. They say your name, Ahmad Blakemore. I step forward. Next to me is representatives from the Department of Corrections. With him is all the things that I've done while I was in prison. He has a list of all the classes I've taken, all of the honor dorm information, the 8 or 9 ordinations I've got from various religious organizations, why I have passed their test and gotten their various degrees. And I go back in front of the judge, and the judge steps down off the bench and come around to the front and addresses the people in the courtroom and says, "This is Ahmad Blakemore. I sentenced him, and now he has completed his sentence. I give to Ahmad Blakemore a certificate of completion saying that he has completed what the judge and the court and the state and the county has required of him. And he is a free citizen, understanding that the law still applies to him, that if any laws are broken, he will be charged and returned to prison. But as of this day, he is free by my hand and seal. I certify it." Imagine that scenario. He is free to pursue a life of happiness because his debts are paid. Imagine if the court system worked that way, that the same sentencing judge that sentenced you gave you your citizenship back once the prison sentence was done. But that's not how it works. Once you get sentenced and you go to prison, they let you out. You never come back to court. There are no certifiers. There are no certifications. No one verifying that you completed what the judge told you. Surely not the court. What if the court would do such a thing? Imagine how much less crime and less recidivism would happen if you knew that the judge shook your hand and gave you a certificate of completion, of citizenship. Imagine how society would be different. Imagine how crime would be lower, if at all. Recidivism would disappear because the validation would be there. We are social creatures, and we rely on the society and validation from others. Little brothers look up to big brothers. Poor people look up to the middle class. We want a house like that. We want a car like that. We want a job like that. And the middle class is looking up to the wealthy class, saying, "I'm going to start this business and one day I'm going to be just like those guys." But you take that away. You take away hope. You take away dreams. You take away the reason people aspire to be the best they can be, and tell them to return to what they were 20 years ago. And then say, in the process of doing all of that, be a good citizen. With no help, with no encouragement, with no kind words. It reminds me of the joke that George Carlin made years ago. There's a place that God can send you full of fire, brimstone, hell, and you're going to be there burning and burning and burning forever and ever and ever. But he loves you. It sounds crazy, but the joke makes the point. For all of us that want to see people do well, we have to ask ourselves, what have we done to make this happen? And once we have taken responsibility, have done the time, have turned our lives around to be the best we can be, the least society can do is acknowledge it. I see it. I see what you're trying to do. That's good. Stay on that path and you're going to be fine. Why? Because it's just good for all of us. If this video connects with you, helped you, or someone you know, consider subscribing, share the video, hit the notification bell. And if you'd like to support this ministry, buy me a coffee, or my Cash App is always available. I look to hear from you soon. Have a great one. Bye-bye.